Hi, I'm Coach Heath Stillwell, and it's my turn to do my Getting to Know Me video. So getting started, I was born and raised in the Houston, Texas area. Still live here, been here my whole life. Live in this suburb, Deer Park. I've always been around big families. I'm one of 9 kids in my family, and my mom and dad are having their 50th wedding anniversary this year, so it's always been that way. 4 of my brothers are either active duty or honorable discharge military. So I've always been surrounded by a lot of people, and my brothers were, many of them, very athletic, into swim team and stuff like that. I myself, I was never into athletics. I never played sports in school. The closest I ever got to that was when I was 12 or 13. For about a year, I did a swim team with a city swim team, and it didn't really work out for me, so I stopped doing that. I didn't really start my fitness journey until early 2013, when I finally got to the point where I became so uncomfortable with myself that I had to do something, and I started with dieting and yo-yoing and trying a bunch of different stuff. But every diet I tried, I studied on first, and I read the book, and I took some of the knowledge with me, and I let some of it go because it doesn't all work. And little by little, I learned about nutrition, and I learned about how to eat better, and I eventually got to the point where I decided that if I really wanted to make solid progress, I had to start logging my food and using those logs to see what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong. And after doing that very strictly for about 9 months, I had lost 75 pounds, and my goal was to lose the 75 pounds to get down to 175 from 250, and that when I got there, I would start working out. So that was about the beginning of January 2014 that I reached my weight goal and I wanted to start working out. And we just happened to have a copy of P90X laying around the house that my wife had bought a while back and started to use, and just felt like it was too extreme, and it sat on the shelf and it collected dust for a while. And so I finally got it out and I put it in, and I was determined to do all 90 days and take none of the breaks and do all of the bonus rounds and just see how much progress I could make if I really did do the program. And my results were pretty fantastic. I was hooked afterwards. At this point, I've done P90X 4 or 5 times along with some of the other programs. Now to the point where this year I did my first Spartan race, the 2015 Beast in Dallas. It was pretty wild, super fun. If anybody ever has a chance, you should totally go and do one. It's uncomparable to anything else I've ever done in my life. 13.5 miles of obstacles and mud, and it flash flooded the night before to make it even muddier. Anyhow, back to me and my history. I started life as an adult pretty early. My wife and I got together in high school. We were married at age 17. We had our first child at 18. We're still together, and now that boy is 15 years old, and our daughter is 10 years old. They're both awesome kids. They get great grades, and everybody loves them. So by the time I was out of high school, I was already looking for a way to start a career, and so I went to college and learned graphic design, and I've been in the design industry for over a decade now, doing magazine ads and editorial layout and page layout, logos, and that sort of thing. Pretty much anything you can print. And I like that, but I'm never going to make the kind of money that I want to make doing that. So I've been looking for a long time for something that I can do from home, something that I will enjoy, that doesn't feel like a waste of time or something hokey. I'm not a salesperson, so to speak. I don't like the idea of pushing a product that I don't believe in. And so when I finally found Beachbody, I wouldn't say I found it through P90X, but when I was doing P90X, I saw the Shakeology commercial over and over and over and over, and so eventually I thought to myself, I really ought to buy some of this stuff and do the program on the shakes all 90 days and see how much better it gets than last time. And so I bought the shakes, and Beachbody sent my name as a customer lead to Peggy Mackey, who is now my upline. And Peggy emailed me and started talking to me about the Beachbody and the products and the possibility of becoming a coach. And I was very standoffish at first. We probably talked for 3+ months before I finally came around to deciding that I wanted to try this. And I appreciate her pushing me and following me and continuing to asking me how I was doing and if I was still interested, because I started this back in February this year, and I'm Emerald Coach now. I'm working my way to Ruby and on up, and I haven't made a fortune yet, but I made enough money to realize that there's something here, there's something to this, and this is something that I want to continue to pursue. I went to the first men's only training event that happened in Dallas earlier this year. It was very shortly after I became a coach, and while I was there was over 400 guys from Beachbody there, including some of the bigger names: Bob Lucido, Mark Briggs, David Ward and his wife, and several other, Coach Jimmy Hayes Nelson, and but the feeling in the room when you started to realize that there was 400 men gathered here, and they dealt with selling fitness products to both men and women, and there was a very strong sense of these guys having respect towards women, that they were here looking to be men's men, gentlemen, and that they had more concern with treating people right and being upstanding citizens and selling a product that really did help people than what you might expect of a bunch of guys selling gym products to girls. And it was rather uplifting. I really enjoyed it, and one of the speakers who really hit on that point strongly was PJ McClure. And if you've never heard of him, I suggest looking him up. He's very great for your personal development. He's got a lot of great books out there, and so I guess that's about it for now, but you're welcome to check out my Facebook page on Facebook, StillWell Fitness, and if you want to know anything else, just ask. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.